Welcome back to New Jersey Motorsports Park, the Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup. This three-way battle for the lead continues to rage, Elliott, down into turn one. Rampelberg in the 14, the blue and white car, still able to hang on. Here comes Eric Foss taking a look.
You know, Eric Foss is just sitting back there. I think he's being really, my God. I was going to say he's being real careful, and then he runs right off the track. And, hey, he did a good save. We saw what happened to Al Marquesian when he went off there, that it just kind of slid and slid and slid, and Eric did a good job to not lose any spots and stay on the road.
Now, do you have to take time and clean your tires off before you can get back up to speed?
Well, it will be slick for a little while when you come back on the road because there is mud in everything you've got. Now, he gets a little sideways coming into the corner, gets into a big slide, straightens it out the best he can so he's not sliding out there. And now you can see he's got the car pretty straight, and I bet you he's not on the gas too terribly hard there because it's going to be slick.
You can't really drive out of something like that. You just kind of have to let the car settle down and get pointed in the right direction.
Well, you have to be going as straight as you can, because if you're not going as straight as you can when the wheels are turned, it's like being in the ice out there, and so you've got to be really careful how you apply the power and what you're doing.
So Brad Rampelberg here in the Hoover Speed 14 starting to pull away. He's got about 5 car lengths worth of lead right now over Robert Huffmaster as they head down the front straightaway. If you're Huffmaster and you lose touch with Rampelberg, you've been able to lead, you've been able to run with him. How do you get caught back up?
Well, I think that right now we've seen that these guys, for some reason, when the other guy gets a lead on them, they're able to pull it back in. And I don't think it's draft here. I think it's you get the guy in front of you as a rabbit that you're chasing after, and it gives you incentive to go after it. It's actually harder to lead than it is to run second in a case like this.
One of the short straightaways here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. This is one of 2 racetracks. Oh, and Todd Burris puts a wheel off. This time he goes around in the 56 car.
Well, you can see how slippery it is when you have guys as talented as Todd going around more than once in a racetrack. But this is the what happens at a racetrack like this. You've got to be so careful. Now, he's going to come off, bring some mud with him. Fortunately, he's offline doing it. But his tires are not going to work for a little bit here, and his brakes are going to be a little bit off because the car just won't do any of the things it was doing before as well.
Burris has been in second spot at the checkered flag several times already this season. He's been right there in the points hunt, has not yet been to victory lane in that pancreaticcure.org number 56 car. Robert Huffmaster here in the 27, the Huffmaster Company's entry. The winner at Mosport's second race of the season. He's struggled at times this year, but he's turning in a really good run here today at New Jersey Motorsports Park. We see Al Marquesian going by into one of the earlier corners. The top 2 have pulled away. Started to talk about this facility just a little bit as the leaders come back to the front straightaway. 2 tracks kind of back-to-back at this facility, and they plan to build a 3/4-mile oval across the street. 800 acres of land. They're going to develop this with condos, with hotels. It's really a nice facility.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few of tracks that are going in like this now. It seems to me that people really like to have these condos and tracks that you can use for personal use and track days, as well as having some good races on a nice racetrack.
12 laps into the books here, running order, top of your screen. Al Marquesian, who ran up front early and then had that incident where he went off and went backwards in the mud. He's back to 6th right now. Todd Burris with his 2 spins shown in 10th right in front of Laura Olson. Here's a battle for position. Randy Hale here and Tim Probert as they fight for 8th. That's Probert in the yellow 26 car. He makes the pass.
Yeah, they're having a good race. And, when you leave these tracks, the one thing you don't want to do is just go out there and run by yourself all day. No matter what position you're in, you want somebody to dice with. And these guys are having a great time just running at each other. And hopefully they'll get to do it all day.
Leader is still Brad Rampelberg from San Jose, California. Told you his story earlier in the year. He won the Mazda Shootout. Basically earned himself a funded ride in this series this year, and he's made the most of it. Robert Huffmaster, young driver in the Huffmaster Company's 27 car, working his way up the Mazda Motorsports ladder as well. MX5Cup.com is the official series website if you'd like to learn more about the Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup.
Now, the thing is, Huffmaster, about a lap ago, had actually got closed up completely on Rampelberg, and then must have made a mistake someplace to drop back again. He's having to do it all over again. But, he's not making many. What was that all about?
Oh, Brad Rampelberg pulls over and lets Huffmaster go by. Rampelberg may have a problem. Wow, Rampelberg with the lead just pulled over there on the front straightaway. Maybe it jumped out of gear on him.
That was strange. Yeah, but even if it did, why would you move over? You'd make the guy go by you on the inside. It doesn't make much sense. I don't know what happened there, but something he was worried about, whether he could go on or I don't know what it was. There was something strange that happened there.
Brad Rampelberg gave up about a 5-car length lead. Now he's chasing about 8 car lengths back. Aaron Malkasian here in the 11 trying to hold back Robert McCallion in the 19, the Shopzilla.com car, as they fight it out for 6th as we get into the second half of this one today here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Now Derek Pertisiglio down on pit road keeping an eye on the situation with Brad Rampelberg. Derek, what's the story on the 14 car? Is Rampelberg going to be able to get back and challenge?
Guys, trouble down here in the Hoover Speed pit of Brad Rampelberg. He just came over the radio and talked to the crew. The car is stuck in 4th gear. He can't shift around the speedway. He's losing valuable time in the corners, and he just lost the lead.
Well, that makes a lot of sense from what I heard earlier when he, just after he got past, heard the rev limiter. So at the end of the straight, he was just on the rev limiter trying to still go fast.
Now, if you're stuck in, or if you can't go past 4th, you've lost 5th and 6th in these cars, you obviously won't be able to get up to full speed on the straightaway.
Well, that might be, but they probably don't even use 6th gear here.
So Robert Huffmaster regains the lead. We'll see if he can hang on in Millville, New Jersey.